Great. Okay, so here we have the plan and the time. First of all, we will present the project with a small videos and small words, very short. Then we will give you some ideas, what we can do with wasted and so on. And then we will come to the practical part where I will introduce which materials you need. We will make two examples, one with toilet paper roll and one with PET bottles. So this is the two examples we will present it. So if, yes, you will have time afterwards to collect everything you need. And then at the end, I will just give you some skills so that you manage well afterwards the seedlings. So it's important that they survive. Great. And then we will give you some times more for questions and exercise, like an exercise room where we will be here and you can just stay if you have more time and if you need, and we can give you some input and you can ask whatever you want. Great. I think we go to the video first. Maybe I just present me. I think a lot already know where I am. I am Leah, a master student in environmental sciences, and I'm working here in Aki since now September. I'm doing the food waste Zmittag. And yes, this year we decided to organize this workshop actually and to be active to the Nachhaltigkeitswoche. And yeah, we are very happy to present it to you now today. Now the short video will be now ready. Okay, great. So you get a little bit in the mood again from what is our project about. And yes, actually, we wanted just to give the opportunity for you to start seedlings. You receive seed soils, and as well you can like reuse some recycled waste you have at home. So we thought, okay, it's nice, but it would be important like to have an objective, right? So we thought like, oh, okay, to make maybe a ratatouille in 6 months would be quite a nice idea and interesting experiment for everybody to start, everybody at home with some seeds and then let it grow and observe the growth, and then coming to the rising garden and then eat the meal together. So yes, we had this idea, and yes, now we will go to the collection of ideas. So let me show you. So here you have a time with Macari. So it's just to give you the idea that you can as well recycle some old clothes and put it on your terrace or on your balcony or whatever. So this can be an idea for you to take. Then here you have a lemongrass. This is in pet bowls like this. You need to be careful because it's important to make a bowl inside. What we have more? Here we have a pot of yogurt. You can reuse the up part, the top, and put it in the bottom so that you can just give water, and the water will just drop on the top and not in the bottom. And then you have a hanging garden actually with pet others. Here we don't make any holes, but we did a drainage with some plants inside. And so the roots are not standing in the water. So this is very important. Great. You can do the same with can aluminium, where I as well did some hole. Exactly, some salad inside. Here you have a pot of yogurts again. Then you have a pair of shoes. Of course, you can as well use some old shoes and put soil inside. Here you have a box of egg box. And this can be used as a support for your paper rolls, but you can as well just put soil inside directly, but then you need to make a hole on the bottom. This is important. Yes, I think, yeah, we see everything. Oh, yeah, this is as well a very interesting stuff. Quite like the same like before with pets. So, yeah. And you can actually make some interesting stuff, not always in the same way and cutting in the other way. And yes, great. Okay, so I think now we are ready to go to the practical part. And for that, I want to invite two guests of us, Gilles and Lina. Come, please. Thank you for coming. They wanted to do the workshop with us. So let's go. Okay, what we need. So first we will go to the materials. Okay, now you will have like 2 minutes to bring everything we need. So for that, you will need seed and soil, some containers. We will make an example with toilet paper rolls and with pet bottles. If you have egg box or everything else, it's okay as well. Then you need a pair of scissors, a knife with teeth, could be helpful, and something sharp to make the hole. A nail, a compass, what else? This one, for example, Swiss knives is very useful. Exactly. And a safety pint is very useful to make holes, for example. Tack. Great. And that's it. So come again in 2 minutes. Let's start. Okay. So everybody, please take your paper roll and your pair of scissors. And then what we will do is a basis that the soil don't go out all the time. So for that, you will make a cut of 2 centimeters inside. Oh, it's a little bit too much. Every 1.5 centimeters, and go around like this. Great. Okay. Are you ready, Gilles? Lina? Perfect. So now you take the edges and put it inside like this. Oh, here. And I can put it this like this. all around. Great. So here I cut quite a lot. Maybe you have a hole inside because you cut a little bit less. This is very fine as well. So now you can just try to put it on the ground. It should be stay. It's not working perfectly. Nina, how it work? Bravo, Nina. Exactly, she has the techniques. Great. Okay, when you are here, you just need to put some soil inside. Like this. It should not be completely full, but quite a lot. Like this, more or less. Exactly. So perfect. Now it's working better. Great. So now, so help. We will took some seeds. Exactly. If you have a big seed, I think with 2 could be enough. But if you have very small seeds, maybe you can already put 3 seeds in the same tub. Okay? And maybe like just put it inside. And we cover it with a bit soil again, like this, so that they are more or less at 1 centimeters of the superficie. Okay, great. Have you done it? Yes. Perfect. Then take the water and give some drops. It should not be too much, because if it's too much, you will inundate your paper roll. But just a little bit wet. Great. I missed some. I will take this one. I put it on the basis. It can be a carton bag, or it can be as well a plastic. If you have whatever, it doesn't matter. Great. Okay. So I hope everybody are so far with paper rolls. I think we can start with pet bottles. So take your pet bottles, and we will try to make a cut on the middle, more or less. So the best is really to plant it. Exactly. One time you plant it, you can after follow with scissors. Should be easier. Right, like this. Then took this part. Okay. How it's going, Nina? Yeah. Great. Okay, now the idea is that the tap is quite close to the bottom. So if it's like this, like me, I will make another cut a little bit downer, so that it's a little bit closer to the bottom, so that if I put water inside, the water will go in the other bottles, and the plants could take and suck the water from his roots. Okay, so I will take this again and cut a bit more inside. Like this. Great, okay. And now, yeah, more or less. It's better, right? Okay, now please, this is important. Now we have a plastic bottles, but we have 2 options. Or we try to make a hole in the tap with some safety pins or whatever you have, or we make a drainage. For that, I will just show you how to do it. To make a drainage, for example, I took something like this, a piece of branches with, for example, or whatever. You can put some stones, you can put everything you have in your house that you don't need. Don't need exactly. Up, maybe a little bit more. This. How it's going, Nina? Great. Okay, now I have a drainage, so I know the roots will not go in contact with the water, and I will put my soil inside. Quite until the top on it. Great. Okay. So are you well ready? Yeah? Great. Okay. So now I will take again my some seeds. I mean, I have a big bottle, so I could put 4 of this because afterward, when they grow up, I will choose the strongest one, the weakest one, or I can separate it if I could, or I just can take it out and it doesn't matter. So put it inside. Again, 1-2 centimeters from the superficie, like this maybe. You can see it. And fill it again with a little bit soil more, like this. And you could a little bit press on it. Don't worry, but not too much. You don't need to compact the soil. Great. Then a little bit water. Great. This is a lot of soil, so you can give a little bit more than in a small one. Okay. Great, and I think we have done. Gilles?
Yeah.
Yes, Nina? Yeah. Great. Perfect. Okay, so I think we can go to the last part, and that is just some skills, how you need to manage your seeds. So one thing important, I think everybody knows a little bit, but it's important to mention it again. Light is very important. So find a place close to the windows, maybe on the windows borders, or where you have really direct light that's coming on your seeds. This would help a lot that they grow well. And then for temperature, I would advise between 20 and 30 degrees. It's fine. Maybe if you have a heat zone or something like this, you can like put it near to the heat zone, but don't. I think maybe on the top you need to be careful. Maybe it's too hot. So, like, yes, find a good place for your seedlings. Then what's important is humidity. The stuff is that you need to have wet soil quite all the time that they grow well. So maybe check every day if it's fine and just give some drops every day that the soil is always wet. And not water to give not too much water. This is important because then you will have some problem with maybe fungi or whatever it's coming afterwards. Then something we already said about the drainage. It's very important to have a drainage, or you put some stones on the bottom, or you make a hole. And be careful that your hole is enough big, because if it's too small, they will be stuck with earth and it don't bring a lot. So really don't hesitate to make holes that are big enough. Exactly. And yes, this is something I mentioned already about seed germination. When you have two seeds that germinate well in the same paper rolls, for example, then don't hesitate to just take one out of it or try to separate it if it's possible. But yes, if not, don't worry. It's completely normal that you just try to grow one of both. Okay, then I think we are coming to the end of the workshop. Great. Just for communication, some information. The workshop videos that was now our workshop will be available on the Aki website. So if you need to repeat something or whatever, the information, this is important, about Ratatouille and when you can come to the raised garden bed, this will come with mail. So we will send you a mail and said you, now you can come to bring your seedlings, for example, or we are looking for doing the Ratatouille at this time. So you will have all the information on mail. Then if you need more soil, because in the cover there wasn't a lot of soil, so just come by Aki, really. Just don't hesitate it. Drop a mail to info@aki.ch and yes, there is a lot of soil more that you can have if necessary. Thank you. Great. Nina,